What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be showcasing two mono green decks. One called Stomp, and one called Klothys' Ramp. Now, both of these are designed off of the same card. And that card is going to be Klothys' design. After looking at this card, and I actually kind of really enjoy it. So creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is your devotion to green. So taking a look at this, you can actually get your devotion to green very high, and then throw that on a couple of already good creatures and give them trample, and you got yourself a deck, right? So before we go ahead and hop into these deck techs or deck breakdowns, I would like to go ahead and remind everybody, if you enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like down below and a comment in the comment section if you have any suggestions on this video, future videos, past videos, any of that good nonsense. If you're new here, consider subscribing. It is free and it's a great way to support the channel, as well as get an update every time I put out a video, which is generally daily, and or go live, which is generally Tuesdays through Thursdays. So all that being said and out of the way, we're going to go and hop right into this deck tech or deck breakdown. Now, I already said it, we do have two today, so we'll be playing two matches of each deck and sort of seeing what they're capable of. Now, this first deck starts off with 4 copies of Arboreal Grazer, which is going to help you obviously ramp a little bit, as well as give you a reach creature, since there are a lot of little flyers in the deck, or in the meta right now, I'm sorry, such as Dream Trawler and all of them that are out and about. This helps you to defend against. 3 copies of Pelt Collector, because it's a solid card that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It only costs 1 mana. It's, you know, really fantastic. 3 copies of Barkhide and 3 copies of Syr Faren, the Hengehammer. Both of these have 2 mono green devotion, which is fantastic for us in this deck, as well as one of them has the ability to make itself hexproof, right, at least once, which can be very key, because really all you need is that one swing in with the right mono green Stompy deck, and you're golden, right? So it has the ability to give itself hexproof, and Syr Faren actually has the ability to really multiply damage in a quick fashion. So whether you're just building her up off of the Great Henge and then you're using your Vivien and giving her counters, or you're actually using the Klothys design and boosting her that way, and then using her to boost whoever else you also boosted, it's like a compounding factor with Klothys' design, right? Which is really cool. So next we have 2 copies of Setessan Petitioner, and really this card is mostly in here because I want to test it out. I want to see how much life we actually gain with this. How useful is this card? You know, it may not be useful at all, in which case you don't have to put it in your deck, you know, cut it. I'm a content creator though, so I'm here to create content on things that people may not normally play or may never give a chance to. So Setessan Petitioner, we'll see if it works out well against the aggro decks. It may be just completely a dud, right? If we're not playing against aggro, it pretty much is completely a dud, but we'll see. It does still give you 2 devotion to green, which is nice. And then of course we have Yorvo, which is 3 more devotion to green, and a really big creature that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. 1 copy of Nylea. Honestly, if I had more copies of Nylea, I'd probably just cut Setessan Petitioner altogether, but you know, while we don't have all copies of everything, it's fun to try out different things. So 1 copy of Nylea, keen-eyed, and I do think she is a fantastic god. I think if you want to play more of her in a mono green Stompy, it definitely makes sense. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory there. 3 copies of Questing Beast. This is gonna be around until it gets rotated, pretty much. 4 mana for a 4/4 Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, and gets to chomp at planeswalkers whenever it deals combat damage to your opponent. It's just an all-inclusive package, really. Renata, Called to the Hunt, gonna get bigger and bigger as we get more mono green devotion. So again, it works well with Klothys' design, as it's like basically mirroring it, except it's not working on their toughness. Furthermore, each other creature we control is going to enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter, which is just sort of a caveat, really. Shifting Ceratops is going to be uncounterable, as well as have protection from blue, so it's going to be fantastic in those Azorius or Simic, or, you know, all those control matchups, Esper, whatever. Furthermore, we can pay 1 green mana and give it reach, trample, or I guess rather haste until end of turn. All those fantastic. Again, reach is great against those Dream Trawler decks and things of that nature. Protection from blue is great against Teferi. This is honestly a very, very strong tool in the mono green decks right now. Very, very strong. We have one copy of Vivien Arkbow Ranger. I don't have any more copies, so don't ask me to put any more in, because trust me, I would love to. She makes so much sense, right? Give 2 of your creatures trample until end of turn, and give them +1/+1 counters. It's fantastic. Or have that source of removal. What I'm trying to say is, if you have more copies of Vivien, definitely throw it in there. If you don't worry about it, okay? Because there's always this lovely lady that is a very strong mono green planeswalker as well. Granted, she doesn't add near as much. Well, I mean, I guess she adds a near, but she doesn't add as much mono green devotion. Vivien is just queen of the mono green devotion, right? She's like the Jace of green. Anyways, Nissa is still fantastic. Going to give you a hasted creature basically to attack with, or going to give you a lot of mana, or I guess rather, if you want to tap and then untap and then retap, right? That's 4 mana that you can potentially gain off of a land. So finally, we're down here to Klothys' design, and you can see how all this adds up to make this come in for a whole lot of damage. And then of course you have your Vivien or your Shifting Ceratops to sort of deal that trample damage, right? And then last but not least, Great Henge. You're playing a lot of really big, strong creatures. This is obviously going to be good for drawing you cards, making them bigger, gaining you life, giving you extra mana. Again, it's sort of an all-arounder. So that's going to do it for the Stomp deck. And we will move on to this Klothys' ramp, which is going to be very similar, which is why I'm throwing both of these into the same video, but it's also very different. So now, early in this deck, we have a lot of ramp. We do still have the Barkhides and the Syr Farens, and honestly, if you wanted to go up a copy of Syr Faren, probably wouldn't be a bad idea, as this deck would probably benefit more from it. Anyway, so early you're ramping. You have your, if I can find it, you have your Leyline of Abundance, which obviously comes down out of your starter hand if you draw into your starter hand, and this is really more of a janky, fun if it happens, so what if it doesn't kind of deck, right? So Leyline comes down out of your starter hand. There's your 2 mono green devotion already. You play your ramp creature, there's another one, you play more creatures, you get more, obviously. But the idea here is to play your Klothys' design so quickly that your opponent really just doesn't expect that level of damage coming from things like a Paradise and a Leafkin and a Barkhide and a Gilded Goose, right? Because they're all very low, so to speak. But together, they combine to make a very big Klothys design, and with Leyline of Abundance plus the mana from, even one of them, then they can get very big very quickly. And that's sort of the idea. Now, this is in a Nyx Bloom Ancient Shell, because obviously it has a lot of mono green devotion. And then if we're going to be gaining that much mana, of course, Finale and Endraze are great ways to round out the deck as well. Of course, we have Nissa, because she's fantastic. Yorvo builds as he did before. And so this is more of a straightforward trying to get this card off soon and heavy, right? So like I said, very similar but different decks, and that's the reason why I want to showcase both of them today. Now, we are going to be starting with the Stomp one, so we're going to be doing them in order. Lone Wolf, going to be our first foe for the day. Or Lawn Wolf. Sure, we'll keep it. I see a whole lot of lands. I'm not in the mood to get screwed today. I think I'd rather get flooded than screwed, actually. I don't know. That's a difficult question. It's a very difficult question. Sure, we'll go ahead and play another Grazer. We're in no hurry to gain some life yet. So, this should be fun. Fun. Minimize Prophecy. Oh. I talked about getting mana screwed. Don't you hate it when you're like, oh yeah, I'm ramping, and miss land drop. Cool. No Nissa. No early Nissa. All those Grazers for nothing. Hey! Better bite my tongue, huh? Thank God they don't have a quench. Lord Almighty, that would have been bad. Alright, so we'll get in there with a little bit of damage. A little bit of damage. They play a Narset here? Yeah, they're actually going through with that. They're drawing a whole lot of cards. I may not even want to Nissa land here if they're gonna board wipe me, right? I may not want to Nissa land, or on the contrary, I may want to Nissa 2 lands, right? And so how do we want to do this? Yorvo's fantastic, but again, if they have that board wipe, fuck, am I right? So let's see. That gives you 6, that gives you 9, that gives you 11 damage. Ooh. What do y'all think? Do we play around the board wipe? We can deal 11, right? And if they do board wipe us, we'll still have a Nissa left. So that's 14. They're down to 2 health. But they can always come back. Your opponent, you always guarantee your opponent can come back. We'll try it though. How about that? We'll try it.
The land shall conquer you.
Yes.
Seek shelter in my stewardship. Behold, nature's true power.
And there's no need to play a Yorvo here. And yes, we gave them another look with their Narset, but it's either go after Narset or, you know, try to finish this shit out. Oath of Kaya. That's not gonna be enough. That's not gonna be enough, Lone Wolf. We're gonna be picking up a game 1 thanks to the double Nissa. Didn't even get my actual stomp off, but that does go to show you how strong this is. We're gonna move on into a game 2 with this first deck. Kogara Sumara. Kogara Sumara? I don't know. English isn't my best language. It may be my first language. Ooh. See your Pelt Collector? I'll call your Pelt Collector. Crawl Harpooner. Okay. Okay. I will raise you a Barkhide Troll. How about that? Now, unfortunately, we don't have a turn 3 play here. So if you could just not play anything on turn 3, that'd be great, Kogara. I don't know what to call you. I don't know how to shorten that. So yeah, land drops. Didn't really think about them when I was keeping my opening hand. I just saw 2 questing beasts and was like, well, you know, those hit kind of hard. Hell, we have 22 more lands in the deck. I'm sure we can hit 1, 2. Okay, we need 2. I'm sure we can hit 2 at some point in the future. Surely. Perhaps. Don't be like me. Don't be a chance. Don't keep a 2 land hand just because you see 2 cards that you like. Okay. Sometimes being a simple man is not the man you want to be. Why would they play a Lovestruck Beast? Like, just straight out play it. That doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, so we got 1 land. Now we just need that to happen 1 more turn. And then, oh, are you in trouble, my dear friend? Alright, so their Pelt Collector is obviously getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I really don't understand that with the Love Struck Beast. I also don't really understand where all my lands are. I guess they're somewhere. They're just nestled. They're nestled. They're hibernating for the winter. That's okay. They'll wake up and come out when they're ready. Sure. That one hurts my pride a little bit more so than anything, honestly. Kind of like a kick me when I'm down. But our opponent's not really operating on a whole lot of lands either. They just happen to have lower cost creatures. So I guess it's like efficiency versus over the topness. I don't know. Yeah, hell yeah, I'll trade your Yorvo with my Barkhide. Do you know? Your Yorvo is like infinitely bigger than my Barkhide. My Barkhide's like, cool, bro. I did some stuff. Bum bum bum. We'll go ahead and get down a questing beast. Thought about getting a shifting because it leads into a Great Henge on our next turn. Which I'm not gonna lie, may have been the route we should have gone. They also play a questing. Wanna do a little tradesy? Sure, I'll do a little tradesy. Sure. I guess now it's a good thing that I didn't play my my Shifting Ceratops, because I'd have been likely inclined to defend there. That's okay though. Our opponent is running out of cards, and well, I got a reserve tap. thanks to getting a little mana screwed earlier, if you know what I mean. Of course you know what I mean, I just said it. Alrighty, let's get you down, Syr Faren. Syr Faren the Beautiful. We don't have enough mana to really do anything. I mean, we could give you Trample, Reach. It's not exactly where I want to be. So, probably go Nylea into Renata into Questing Beast, right? Ooh, Gargos. That's scary. That is scary. So we're just going back and forth here, Righto. I do want to go ahead and get down to Pelt Collector. These bad boys are better and better the earlier you get them down. So we'll also get down to Nylea. But bam! Look at that. I got the same cards you got. I guess Renata would have been better before. I don't know. Not gonna lie, I am a little bit confused on the order of operations here. Hey, look at that, it's a Setessan Petitioner, so we can gain 10 life. I can't right now. Thank you, game. I understand that. It was like, did you want to play that? No. I was just showing the card off. I'm sorry. All right, so they use Nylea, and they can use that a few times. Love Struck Beast. Are you just gonna play it down again, or you? Oh my goodness. What's the point? Okay, they actually played it. Oh, look at that. I was gonna say, what's the point of a 5/5 if it can only defend? You know, you're really just cutting yourself at the waist there. Alrighty, my turn. Do we have a Questing Beast down yet? We don't. But look at that Klothys design. Look at that, all the way up to 12. Ooh. Isn't that gonna hurt? If only I could find my Vivien. Just imagine if you actually played more than one copy of Vivien. We do have two creatures that have Trample, and they would get pretty big. You know what? Let's do it. Let's show this mono green person what is up. Shall we? That's right. We shall. I guess it doesn't really matter. So Syr Faren is going to boost up this Shifting Ceratops to have 32-31 on the trample. And they're not even going to block. They're just going to say, okay, fine. Just hit me in the face. Minus 105. Boy, oh boy, it was a stomp kind of match, huh? So again, Klothys' design, very, very fun card. All right, so we actually went 2-0 with our Stomp deck. And it is kind of the more well-rounded, right? So now we're gonna hop into our Klothys' ramp, which is more about getting straight to that point of Klothys' design. So we'll see how the games go. Lightbird gonna be our first foe for the day with our Klothys design deck. Well, if you exchange one of these Nyx Bloom for a Leylon, I would be so head over heels for this deck, for this hand. I mean, I'd have jaw dropped, you know, just fantastic. And this is Triumph, a card you don't see that often, but now you're making me question whether or not I should have played it in this deck. You know, it's mono green. It helps us ramp a ton, a literal ton. We're just drawing lands, but I gotta say, drawing lands in this deck, not necessarily a bad thing, you know? Considering what our end game actually is here, not necessarily a bad thing. Now, I could actually go ahead and Finale of Devastation, but considering what we have lined up in the future, do I really want a Finale here just to hit a land, or just to hit a ramp creature? The answer is kinda, actually. Yeah. Let's do this. Some people may be mad at me for this. I don't care, though, okay? I do care. I do care slightly. But in the overarching theme, or scheme of things, in the overarching theme of things, I think I make myself laugh more than I make anyone else laugh, which is kind of a sad thing, really. If I'm being honest with everyone, it really, really is a sad thing. So our opponent's going to get down to Nissa and get in some of that tasty damage with her. That's okay, though, because we got answers of our own, ladies and gentlemen. We have answers of our own. That's right. Nyx Bloom. Going to kick our Klothys design up to 5. When we get down to our other Nyx Bloom, it's going to kick it up to 8, which means it's going to make these Nyx Bloom Ancients go up to 13 13s with Trample. We should be able to do all of this come next turn. Meteor Golem. Can they get that down this turn? Oh, they can. That's so unfortunate for our Nyx Bloom. Alright, well, you know what they say. When they kill one Nyx Bloom, you bring back the other. So, Nyx Bloom into a Nyx Bloom. Bet you they're really happy they didn't have to deal with that. Now, let's see if they have another Meteor Golem with the Karn. They do, don't they? Oh, God Pharaoh's statue, actually. Well, that's okay. I mean, it does hurt a little bit, but Nyx Bloom multiplies your mana by 3, so it's not the end of the world. We do have a crap ton of mana now, if I can just actually draw into some more playables. Alright, another Leafkin. I'm down for that. Klothys design is up to 6. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. But it'll oh wait, no, their Nissa goes off here. Okay. I do think we're out of luck here. Yeah, because Nissa ulti and then infinite land. Okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. So they swing in with the all 3 4/4s, yeah? We can defend 1, but we're still taking 8 to the chin. I do like this, though. The mono green Karn decks, mono green Tron, I do enjoy them, I gotta say. Ooh, that is spicy. This is a spicy deck. Lightbird, I love your deck, man. I love it. Or woman. Hey, it could very well be a woman. Either which way, we're getting our asses kicked, but it's in a fun manner, so I don't really give a shit. And hey, we drew into 2 Nyx Bloom Ancients. You know, this was kind of a troll keep, anyways. That's okay. So a Nissa's fun, right? The problem is all of their lands have indestructible. So like if we do this and we give 7, you know, we get a 10-10 and we get a 7-10 and we get a 7-10 and we get a 12-12 with trample. But the 12-12 still dies. That's the problem, right? We're 1 away from it being actually good. You know what? Fuck it. This is our last hoorah. After this, they're going to untap with so much land, it's not going to matter anyways. So let's do this with style, shall we? So their Meteor Golem can block the 10-10, that can block there, one of those can block there, and these can block here. So we're all dead, for sure all dead. But that's not gonna stop me from going all in. Lightbird, it's been a GG. They decided to leave the Nyx Bloom Ancient alive. Either which way, that's fine. Definitely seems to have made more sense to kill the Nyx Bloom, but whatever, to each their own. Okay, seriously? Lightbird, I was trying to let you have something here. We're just gonna concede. Don't you hate that feeling when someone doesn't know how to win? Like, I say good game, I swing all in. Your response should then be flip the turn and swing back and end the game, you know? It's okay. We pick up a loss with game 1 for Klothys' ramp, but I have faith in it, so we're going to go ahead and go into a game 2. Jote, I don't know. This actually looks just like a random thrown together pile of words. You know, sure. I'm not gonna turn down a Leyline. Oh, what's that? Leyline of Abundance? No, thank you. I would be fucking crazy. Give me that Leyline. Hell yeah, throw it on the board. I don't even know why they ask you submit. Like, who's gonna say no? Don't play my Leyline. That's why I have it in the deck, because I don't want to play it out of my starter hand. Oh, Magic. You cracked me up. You cracked me up. It's like they want you to make a fatal error, right? Like, ooh, click this. You're like, wait, why would I click that? Yeah, how do you like my Paradise Druid? You can't just blow that up, Jote. We're getting close to the Nyx Bloom. We're getting very close. What are we at? 6 mana? Of course, with it playing a Leyline of the Void. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's not meant to happen today. We are simply not meant to play this second deck. And you get controlled, and you get controlled. Hey, Yorvo lands. Does Yorvo stick? That's the true question. Is there a Murderous Rider waiting for me on the other side of this Yorvo? Oh no, just a murder. Just a murder. Alright, well, cool. We'll, I don't know. Keep waiting for our opponent to do something besides remove our stuff. Hey, Nyx Bloom. Y'all want to bet that it gets removed? I'm like 75% sure this card doesn't survive this turn. And you say, well, Chance, quit playing them then. And I say, well, what am I supposed to do then? Just wait? Yeah, that's fun. Let me just fucking sit here and gather cards in my hand. Not do anything all fucking game. Oh, no, wait. That's what our opponent's doing. Huh. No, I don't enjoy Magic that way, you know? I really don't. Other people do, and I can understand that, you know, to each their own. But boy, oh boy, do I enjoy actually playing stuff. You know, putting stuff on the board. Enchantments, planeswalkers, creatures. Hey, Hey, a creature. The opponent has a creature. Still 30,000 forms of removal, but they have a creature. And for that, I'm very proud of them. I'm not even being sarcastic. Okay, a little sarcastic. But the point is, I'm proud that they finally have something other than their ley line and lands. Honestly, it was getting tiresome, getting a little old. So we can actually tap this for 3 mana, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, I'm so tempted to finale, but I won't. I'll wait, because if we can wait, good things come to those who wait. You know, that's how that saying goes. So thankfully they played their Murder Shredder already, so they can't kill our Nissa with that. Yeah. Alright, so how much we have? What, 12? 12 over here? Yeah. 14. Ooh, that's really big. That's really big. Well, let's go ahead and do this. 10? Yeah, at least 10. Oh, we're only gonna be left with what? 2 after that? We might as well do it for the full 12. Fuck it. Who am I kidding? We're here to play a game of Magic. Alright, so we can get a Nyx Bloom down for very big, or we just go end raise for the slam dunk. Alright, let's go end raise. I don't know who I'm kidding.
The land fights for us.
Of course, you swing all in. And that's going to be a GG. No re. Thank you, Jotes. I didn't get the Klothys design off, but don't blame me, okay? Blame this guy, playing all the targeted removal. Reef Soul. What is your obsession with this card? I feel like we slowly have degenerated into whatever this is. So yeah, they can either remove my end raise or remove my Nissa, but they can't remove both. Nice playing with you, Jotes. It was a fun one. So going 1-1 with the second Klothys no, with the second deck, Klothys' ramp. Again, it was meant to hit that combo and hit it quickly. Now, granted, we didn't, but I am limited on time for what I can show you. So, if you have the cards, you know, go play it, go try it out, try some adjustments. I encourage you to come back and let me know how it goes. Okay. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like down below. Remember to subscribe if you're new here. And as always, I'll see y'all either later tonight or tomorrow. Peace.